All right, hey guys, welcome to another tier list stream. So, wait a little bit for some people to come in, and then we'll get this show on the road. So, as you can see here, this is another curated list that I've made for myself. Godzilla Q in the house. What's up? What's up? Alphabet Soup. What's up? All right. Okay. As always, first off, let me know if the audio is sounding good. I have music playing in the background. Let me know if the music is not overtaking my voice. If the audio levels are good for you guys, let me know. Harbroth02, how's it going? How's it going? Okay. So, yeah, this is, so we're going to be now doing a tier ranking of the funniest moments of Godzilla. Now, this is also, again, similar to the other tier list. This is sort of me revisiting an older top 10 list that I did back in the day, which was, actually, I think it was a top 5 video of the funniest moments. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to do the same thing. We're just going to rank these moments. Some of these moments I put in myself, but most of these actually are viewer submitted. So for some of you guys, you guys in the comments actually suggested most of these. So that was really cool. I made a community post about that. So look towards the community post for future things that might involve, viewer suggestions or things like that. So yeah. So okay, I'm assuming audio is sounding good. I'm assuming that the music is that you guys can hear the music and that it's not overtaking my voice. So hopefully everything is sounding good on that end. So again, this might be a shorter live stream too, because there's not that many entries that I could find. Funny enough, when you really look at the Godzilla franchise, it is full of funny moments, but at the same time, there's actually not that many, really, when you really think about it. Most of the funny parts are probably in dialogue, which I want to save for another ranking in terms of like the best quotes or whatever. So, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, let's begin. Let's begin, guys. So these are also in no particular order. So we're just going to start. We have S rank, which means that I laugh every single time. We have an A rank, which is very funny. B gets a chuckle out of me here and there. C, not that funny. D, it's not funny at all. And F, I groan. It's like, blah. So, all right, we're going to start with M11 and the scene where he's running to chase the car for the main characters in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. This scene's, to me, I don't know. I feel like it's not that funny. To be honest, I want to put it in a groan because it's kind of cringy in a way because of the effects and all that. I'm gonna put it at a C, to be honest. I know a lot of people might not think that, but I'm gonna put it in C because to me it's not that funny. It's more like every time I see that scene, I just go, yeah, that's kind of cringy. But I don't want to put it in F or D, so because it's still kind of an iconic moment, but I wouldn't really consider it funny, if you know what I mean. Okay, next we have the drop kick, the infamous drop kick. Now, of course, I mean, this is one of the most infamous things that Godzilla has ever done, but does it make me laugh every time? No, it does not actually. I will say that it gets a chuckle. Yeah, it's a B for me. It gets a chuckle from me. It's funny and it's super iconic, but when it happens, it's not really something that I laugh out loud every time. But from time to time when I look at it, I'll get a chuckle. I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's Godzilla doing a drop kick. So yeah. Cole Warner movie Game Chamber. Do you think Godzilla will eventually get a new console video game? I have no idea, man. No idea. That's up to Toho. I hope so. Yeah. Alphabet Soup. The drop kick is more of an epic moment than a funny moment. That's true too. I mean, yeah. But a lot of people recommended me to put the flying dropkick as a funny moment. So, but for me, in my opinion, it gets a chuckle. It's a B. It's a B. Okay, the next submission was the new Prime Minister in Shin Godzilla after the old Prime Minister dies. the new guy comes in and he has these noodles and he's just like out of nowhere. We have this super dark and serious movie, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, the noodles are soggy. I knew this job wasn't going to be easy." To be honest, I laugh every time. I love that scene in the movie because it comes out of nowhere. Because again, you just came from this super dark, serious like scene where Godzilla just decimated Tokyo and took out the prime minister. And now this guy comes in and just you have this out of nowhere funny scene, and it really just gets a chuckle out of me every time. So, and also just the way that he looks, like the way he reacts to it. He's just like, "Oh man, noodles are soggy." So, okay, next up is Godzilla flying. Again, this is similar to it's similar to the drop kick. Reptile 7876, what's up, man? Yeah, it's similar to the drop kick where it's, you know, again, I want to put it in not that funny because again, it's more of an iconic moment rather than a funny moment. I would assume that if it was the first time you would see this scene, that it would be funny. But for a lot of us, you know, veteran G fans, we're kind of like, okay, yeah, we know Godzilla flies. So I got to put it in not that funny because it's similar to M11, you know, where he's just, it's more aligned just that, wow, this is really random, you know, yeah. So Cole Warner's movie Game Chamber, I'm going to G-Fest as an early birthday present. Maybe I'll run across you in MIB. Hopefully. Yeah, Godzilla flying is more of a WTF moment. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and, you know, WTF moments could correlate to funny moments, but in my case, and again, a lot of these were viewer submitted, so in my case, Godzilla flying is not really that funny. It's more just like, huh, okay, he's doing that. All right. Okay. Thank God there's no fart jokes in Godzilla, the bottom barrel. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, this one. Now, this one might not make sense. You guys might not understand what this scene is. This is from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 74, when the protagonists are on that boat and there's that the assassin from the black hole space alien, whatever, when he's trying to grab the statue, the King Caesar statue, and he has the guy at gunpoint, but then the other, I think the interlooper guy or something like that, he comes in and saves them and shoots the monkey guy, and he ends up falling off the boat. This scene is, and the reason that this was submitted by a fan was because of just the way that he screams. When he falls, he's like, "Whoa!" And I recently rewatched that scene, and I'll say that it gets a chuckle. It's a B. It gets a chuckle. Again, it comes out of nowhere, but because of the way that he screams as he falls into the water, it's like, it is kind of funny. It's like, okay, yeah, that's funny. All right, the Terminator dude from Godzilla vs. Yeah. All right, next up, Godzilla getting hit in the crotch by King Ghidorah with his electricity bolts. This was one that was submitted by a lot of you guys. I'd have to say it gets a chuckle. When I see that scene when Ghidorah's hitting him, and then all of a sudden Ghidorah hits him in the crotch, and Godzilla goes, "Oh!" It's like, okay, you know, that's funny. It's not the most. It's like the most super funny thing, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, okay, that is kind of funny. Like the fact that King Ghidorah like deliberately shot at his face, but then went down and just got Godzilla right in the groin. Like it's really funny. Alphabet Soup, that picture looks like Godzilla's peen. Oh God, oh my God, goodness. Okay. Next is King Kong in King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962, when King Kong first, not the first encounter, but the final battle, where they let him off of the balloons, and then he falls onto the mountain and starts sliding down towards Godzilla. This one, I'd say it gets a. I actually want to put it in very funny. I'm actually going to put it in very funny because when King Kong slides down the mountain, you know, he's sliding down and the puppet, because I don't think it's a guy in a suit at this point. I think it's literally him, you know, it's like just a puppet or whatever. But Kong's face is hilarious. But then when he hits Godzilla, I feel like the more funny moment is actually when he hits Godzilla and Godzilla starts rolling down the hill. That is actually really funny. So I say that's actually very funny. I'll put that at A. Yeah, that is a funny moment to me. Okay, let's see. Cole Warner's movie Game Chamber. Which horror video game could make a good movie if done right? For me, Dead Space. I actually agree. Dead Space, I feel, would be good. Yeah, yeah. Electric Balls the Bishop. The scene from Godzilla vs. Hedorah where Hedorah literally takes a shit on Godzilla was so disrespectful. Yeah, that would be more of a gross scene. Okay, next is I think there's like 2 from Son of Godzilla in this. 3, actually. There's 3 moments. The first one is when Minya's firstborn and Godzilla's fighting Gamakarus size, the 3 Gamakarus monsters, and they're going back and forth with the rock, and then Gamakarus like smacks the rock and then it hits Minya in the face. That makes me laugh every time. And again, it's not just because I hate Minya, but it's just it's like, see, right now I'm chuckling like because I'm thinking about it, but like when I saw this scene, when I had to replay it, I laughed again. So it just proved to me that it makes me laugh every time because the rock hits him dead in the face, and he's like boom, and he's like, oh, and it makes me laugh every time. And I mean, it's a little bit of, you know, seeing Minya get hurt. It's a little funny sometimes here and there, but yeah, that scene makes me laugh every time when Minya gets hit with the rock. So that's, yeah. This one, you know, this one was submitted by a fan. It was when King Kong in GVK, when Kong grabs the vehicle that goes into the Hollow Earth, and then, you know, they're like shooting at him, and it's the evil girl, whatever, from the, you know, her dad being the evil guy from Apex. He grabs the thing and then crushes it, but like before he crushes it, she goes no, and it's very generic and very cliche. To me, it's not funny. Again, I put it up because it was submitted by a fan, but when I rewatch the scene, I mean, really, he just kills him, and it's like, okay, you know. But I'd say that it's not that funny. It's to me personally, it wasn't that funny. So, okay, next, another scene from Godzilla vs. Son of Godzilla. This is where Godzilla's dragging Minya with his tail because because Minya's doing a hissy fit. This one, I say gets a chuckle when Godzilla's dragging him along, as Minya's just acting like a child. Yeah, I'd say that one is, it gets a chuckle from time to time. So, who would win, Henry Cavill, Superman, or Monster vs. Godzilla? Oh, I don't know. I don't do those who would win questions. Yeah, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I don't do those questions because it's fictional science, and I don't do those questions. Garrett Riddle. Oh, hey, the alien monkey man falling off the boat from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Yeah, put that in, gets a chuckle from time to time. Sweaty Joey, the real funny moment was Godzilla hitting Kong with the breath and smiling was disrespectfully funny. Yeah, kinda. I mean, to me, if that moment was on this list, it wouldn't be super funny for me, though. Like, I feel like it was more just like, oh, that's funny. Godzilla smiling, I guess. I don't know. It's more of a meme at this point. It's not really what it is. But, okay. This next scene, this is from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. This is where we get introduced to Yuki and the 2 other main characters. They're, you know, on the island, and it's night, and Yuki's taking a shower, and the camera starts at his feet, and the camera just goes up, and you see Yuki's butt. This is like full shot of his ass naked, and it is hilarious. So and of course, like, then it pans back to the other 2, and they just have their faces just are looking in disgust. It is quite funny. Again, I'll say it gets a chuckle. Yeah, it gets a chuckle. So, and actually, what I'll do at the end of this, once I have all these ranked, I'll then go through them and see which one is better. So, like, I'll say this one was funnier than this, I'll put it higher. So, but for now, we'll just put them in their spots. Okay, next, this was another fan submitted one. Titanosaurus biting Godzilla's lip in Terror Mechagodzilla and like doing an uppercut on him, and then Godzilla does like this weird movement or whatever. Again, this is one of those not that funny. It's more just, again, the effects and just how weird it looks. Again, Titanosaurus biting Godzilla's upper lip and then smacking him, and then Godzilla like flies up and then backs down. Again, it's not that funny. So yeah, C, gets a C. All right, next is the last scene. Again, another scene from Son of Godzilla. where Minya is messing around with Godzilla's tail while Godzilla's trying to sleep. So Minya's just playing around. This one I'll say gets a chuckle, because I think the scene that I like the most is when he falls flat on his face, when he's like on Godzilla's tail, and then he's like, oh, he's trying to bounce, and then just, whew, and then falls over and smacks his face. So that, again, Alphabet Soup, that scene was supposed to be funny. Again, these are viewer submitted. So most of these I didn't pick. These were viewer submitted. So to the person who submitted the Titanosaurus one, apparently that was funny to him. So he just wanted me to rank it. So yeah. Okay, next is Godzilla vs. Gigan, the scene where the hippie guy, I don't know his name, but the hippie guy, they get to the main character, and he like puts the corn up to his back and thinking that it's a gun. Again, Godzilla vs. Gigan, I just don't care about the human characters in that. To me, it's not funny. That scene wasn't funny. I mean, it's just like, Again, the story and the cast of Godzilla vs. Gigan is so forgettable to me that seeing it was like, didn't really do much for me. Okay. Oh my god. The scene from Final Wars, the cop and the pimp guy. Oh my god, in New York. I'm gonna put this in F and groan. It's not funny. It's a groaner. As much as I love Final Wars, that New York scene, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. It wasn't. That scene was just not good. It was cringy. The acting in it was horrible. Also, the stereotypes in that, like, wow. It was like stereotypical racist, offensive to Americans. Like, that whole scene was just riddled with not good stuff. So I would have to say F. It's a groaner. Like, it's not good. Every time that scene comes up in Final Wars, I go, oh god, here's this scene. The corn scene has me questioning, like, can you even stab someone with a corn? Well, he didn't think it was a knife. He thought it was a gun. Yeah, that he had pointed on his back. Thoughts on Titanosaur from Monster Island Buddies? I find that version of the character hilarious. Oh yeah, the ho 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 ho. Yeah, that was, yeah. MIB is just great with that kind of stuff. All right, this scene, another one. This was GMK when Baragon is fighting Godzilla, and then Godzilla is about to blast Baragon in the face. Andrew Zilla 2005, what's up, man? So as before Godzilla, like, is about to shoot him with his breath, Baragon looks up and his eyes, he goes, oh shit. Yeah, exactly. Alphabet Soup, an oh shit moment. To me, it's not funny. It's not funny because I love that Baragon, and I hate seeing Baragon get killed in that scene every single time. Every single time that fight happens, I get so sad because I know what's going to happen. It's not funny to me. It's not fun. Baragon getting killed in GMK is not funny. It's not funny, people. I take it very seriously, and I get sad. It's a sad moment. It's not a funny moment. It's a sad moment. So, no, not funny. Baragon dying in GMK, not funny. Okay, next. Okay, the homeless guy in 1984. This one I will put in very funny. Yeah. This scene was pretty good in terms of getting a chuckle out of me. He's like, I think what helps the scene is actually the American dub, which is funny enough because I don't really recommend and I don't like the American dubs of these films. But for some reason, the American dub made this scene even funnier because of, he's like, you just got the town and what are you doing, and all that stuff. So it's a very funny scene. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. So, yeah, that was good. Okay, this next one was actually one that I found while I was looking at Godzilla's Revenge footage. This was the toy maker guy in Godzilla's Revenge. This one where I think he's working on some type of toy and it's like hot or something, and his foot gets burnt or something. He goes, "Aye," and he's like, and then Ichiro comes back. He's like, "Was that a monster roar?" And he's like, "No, I just burned my foot." And again, the American dub I think was funnier with it. I say it gets a chuckle out of me every time when I see that scene, depending on if it's the dub or not. But it gets a chuckle. It's funny. It's funny enough, Sorry, Goji, it's hilarious. Everyone say Baragon died in GMK is funny just to see Chris's reaction. No, it makes me sad. Okay, this is an infamous scene in Godzilla's Revenge when Ichiro is vandalizing a car. He like humps it. I have no idea what was going on with that scene. I don't know what the director was doing. But yeah, there's this part where Ichiro jumps on a car and he starts, I really don't think he's humping it, but it looks like he is. I want to say it's not that funny, but at the same time, I'm going to say it gets a chuckle. It gets a chuckle from me. Yeah, it gets a chuckle from me. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay. It's because it just comes out of nowhere. Again, it's another, what I would say it's another WTF moment where you're just kind of like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that to the car? That's horrible. Yeah. Okay, next is in another King Kong versus Godzilla one. This is where the first interaction, where King Kong is fighting Godzilla and Godzilla blows his breath, and then King Kong's like, oh shit, and he like, scratches his head and he's like, ow, and then he just leaves. He's like, okay, nope, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing that. I'll say again, it gets a chuckle out of me every time just because of the suit actor and how he just, you could see the body language on Kong, and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not going to fight that. That was scary. Nope, I'm good. And just the way he leaves, he's so perplexed, at like what just happened. So it gets a chuckle from me every time. Yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah. Okay, next, another scene from Shin Godzilla. This is where they're during their planning, whatever, and one of the characters, I forgot what he found, but he found some secret to Shin Godzilla or something like that. And everyone's, really serious and they're trying to figure it out. And all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's like, yes, I figured, I got it. And he starts freaking out and everyone's like looking at him like, what are you doing? I'd say it's a very funny scene. It's very funny because again, it comes out of nowhere. I remember the first time seeing Shin Godzilla and that scene comes up and I was laughing because it was, again, very random. And then, I think when I saw it with my wife, she also laughed too because again, it just came out of nowhere. So, it was just really funny. Yeah. What tier list grade would you give Godzilla King of the Monsters 19 as a movie? Oh, well, you'll have to wait till I do my rankings of all the Godzilla films. Yeah. That scene of the kid on the car, it's so weird. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. King Kong versus Godzilla, the pharmaceutical company boss getting chewed out. All you care about is publicity, you dumbbell. Yeah, there's a lot of funny moments in King Kong versus Godzilla, but it's a lot of dialogue. And I'm trying to make this less of dialogue moments and more of like funny actual like moments on the screen. So because I want to do a different version of like the dialogue, more memorable dialogue stuff, because there's a ton of lines in Godzilla that are funny. So okay, the next one is in Godzilla Final Wars when the ex-commander is freaking out after Zilla gets killed by Godzilla, and he's just like, no, and he's like, I knew that tuna fish, or that, what did he say, that tuna eater wasn't up for much or something like that. So that was really funny. I would say it's very funny seeing the ex-commander get all mad. Yeah, so I would definitely agree with that. So Acna Goji's in the house. What's up? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. So next we have Katagiri screaming Godzilla. So that one, oh man, because that is a really funny, memorable moment. But does it make me laugh every time I see it? I think what makes me laugh every time is after the fact, when he dies, like when the building crumbles, and then all of a sudden the other main character, he's like Katagiri, and it's very dramatic and stuff. That actually makes me laugh more. I'll say it's very funny. Yeah. I'll say that one's very funny. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Worst scene in All Monsters Attack. I don't know. Maybe Ishiro falling down the hole because the effects were horrible. So, all right. Next, we have 3 more. So I told you this live stream probably wasn't going to be that long. because there wasn't that many funny moments I could find. So yeah, this is Godzilla doing the dance, the Godzilla dance. Again, I don't find it that funny because again, it's similar to the WTF moments where it's just kind of like, why is Godzilla dancing? So I just get that same vibe when I see Godzilla dancing as the same I do seeing Godzilla flying, you know? So yeah. Again, the reason that the Godzilla flying dropkick gets more of a moment is because of how like just funny it looks, you know? But the other stuff, nah, not really. You know what I actually forgot to put in this list? I forgot to put the Megagearus Godzilla body slam. So if I had the Godzilla body slam, let's pretend I have it, I would put that at very funny as well. The Godzilla body slam against Megagearus, that actually was pretty funny. Because again, it came out of nowhere, but just of how absurd it is, and especially when Godzilla's, you know, falling down on Megagearus, and you see Megagearus' face go, oh shit, it's another oh shit moment. That was actually pretty funny. So kind of wish I would have put, I forgot to put that image there, but the body slam, that would be an A, very funny. Okay, in Godzilla's Revenge, Gabra and Minya, when Minya is about to jump on the log and fling Gabra across the area, you know, it gets a chuckle. It gets a chuckle for me. I think the thing that does it for me is because Gabra does, like, when he's, you know, flying up in the air, going around and around. I think it's when he goes, you hear Gabra go, roo, 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 like that. I think that's what makes it funny for me. So I get a chuckle out of it every time I see that. So yeah, that's kind of my thing there. Okay, last one, and this kind of counts for a bigger scene. I think it might be hard to figure out what this scene's from, but it's Ghidorah the three-headed monster when Mothra's trying to tell Rodan and Godzilla, hey, we gotta team up to fight Ghidorah, and they're not, you know, obviously Godzilla and Rodan are like not, you know, listening. And so what happens, Rodan laughs at Godzilla because Godzilla gets, you know, sprayed with Mothra's web, and Rodan's like, ha ha ha, and then Mothra goes towards Rodan, and it's just the way Rodan, he's like laughing, and then he gets sprayed on, and he's like, oh, and then he does like this weird neck thing where he's like, what? It's like he's offended at what's going on. I gotta say, I gotta laugh. I laugh every time at that. Yeah, and just that, I would say that whole sequence where Mothra's trying to talk to them and trying to figure out, that's also a funny moment. But especially that part, you know, that scene where Rodan's getting blasted with web, to me, it really is hilarious. So, okay. Sweaty Joey, cannot tell you the amount of nostalgia I felt hearing you do your Gabra voice again. Yeah, that's the Gabra voice. That's the oh no, oh god, oh no shit, oh god. Yeah, that's, yeah, I still got it. I still got a little bit. So maybe Gabra's Bad Day 7. I don't know. We'll see one day. Okay, so there's my list, or there's my ranking so far. So let's go through it again and see which ones are funnier than the others, because this will also help when I do my top 10 lists. So starting from the bottom, F, that's the only one that's there, of course. Not funny. Really, these are, I mean, they're all just not funny. I wouldn't say one of them is, you know, more or not funny. Actually, I would say Baragon is the most not funny, and probably Kong is the least not funny one. So that's probably what I would say there. Andrew DeFilippo, I can't say your name, Andrew. I'm sorry. Hi. Okay. Okay, so then we go to the not funny category. I would say Godzilla being bit in the lip is the least not funny, or like is the most not funny. Maybe the flying is the least. M11 and Godzilla dancing, I'd probably keep it there. Yeah, okay. Okay, gets a chuckle. All right, which out of these do I get the most chuckle out of? I would say Oh man. What would I say is the funniest one? What, like genuinely, when I get a, I think they're all sort of fine, really, the way it is. I don't really think I need to change this. I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't really think I need to change this. Very funny. I want to say the Auxilian Commander's the most funny out of that category. Next would be the homeless guy. Then the guy yelling, saying I figured it out, and these two are fine there. So that's probably what I would do there. Laugh every time. Me and you getting hit in the face with a rock. That's definitely number one. And then Rodan doing his thing, and then the Shin Godzilla, the soggy noodle stuff. So that's probably my favorite one there. So yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, there you have it. That's the funny moments. So again, this is sort of the revisiting of my older video back in the day when I did my top 5 funniest moments in Godzilla. I think in that video I had the flying drop kick, Godzilla dancing, the body slam. Had to be something with Minya. I can't remember what the other one was. So yeah. But that's it. That's my tier list. That is my tier list, guys, for the funny moments. So again, like I said, I will make this tier list a public thing so that you guys can do your own tier list and share it with me, and you guys, in the Discord we can, share which moments we thought was funny. So yeah, and then from this I'll make my top 10s going forward with that, and that'll be that. So again, I know it's a little bit of a shorter live stream, but that was sort of what I was expecting with this one because there weren't that many entries. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and today was really fun because there was 2 live streams plus a video upload, so today was actually sort of a big day on the channel. I don't know why I scheduled it like that, but it just happened where 3 bits of content came out. So again, thank you guys for joining the stream, and thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you guys later. Stay big, G fans.